Stream is disconnected. Alright, maybe I'll just call it here. I don't know. Maybe we're back. My bitrate looks fine. I don't know. Seems like it's kinda dildos here. So basically, I'm creating an item. Let's like tab this out here. There we go. I'm going to use that as a reference point, right? So let me try... Let me try this, right? So I can do, instead of new asset location, I could do asset location create. Creates an asset location from a string, which may be optional. Okay, okay. And then it's going to have my mod with ID and then go into all this, right? So we have created the asset location, API world get item. That should be fine. That is to add time. All right, so I'm going to save this. And to make this work, it needs a runestone, like, underneath it. Okay, and there we go, right? So there are two ways to add time. Right? Either cast transmutation or add rusty dust. And what I'm gonna do here is actually cut this out, paste it in here. I'm going to get rid of this. We will put the comma in there, right? That way it's one statement and it cycles through all three of those. Do I have any inkling on what the player is or has? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put an if statement here. If and I'm gonna cut this out. I guess we're back. If it does it one more time, I'm probably just gonna not stream. I don't know why it's being terrible. Or maybe I could go like restart my modem. Maybe it's something with my PC setup. Okay, CAPI, world, player, entity, watched attributes, get bool. Player watched attribute. Here, entity behavior, player is magic unlocked. False equals true, right? So, true, there we go. So basically, I'm going to have one set that says, do you have magic unlocked? If not, then, you know, all of the non-mages will just see Rusty Dust pop up. Mages will see Rusty Dust plus the spell icons. Right? So there we go. I'm not a mage right now. And I hover over it, and it says add time, and it's the little Rusty Dust, right? So I hold the Rusty Dust, pop it on there, that adds the time. Now let's become a mage. It's amazing. I'll get rid of that wand. Bam. Now when I look at it, it's gonna cycle through all the different versions here. Maybe eventually I'll make that tier 3 transmutation. For now, I'll leave the icon in there. For now. So I think this will work. I'm going to give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try. Alright, so that's that. Let's go back to The Thaumic Foundry. Because I had a whole section here. Right here. Right? It caused a crash. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to add this back in, but instead of doing the new asset location, right? I'm going to use this new asset location create. And I am going to grab that same if statement right there, right? Format it, make it look nice. And then I can say else return something empty. So basically, a mage will see the tooltip information. A non-mage will see no tooltip information. So let's take a look at the Thaumic Foundry, which is... Here we go, I got one right here. Oh, look at that. Cast transmutation to add charge. I have to change this. You know what? That's fine. I have the little icon in there. The text, I think, is appropriate. We're good there. Let me unlearn magic. And I look at it, it's beyond my comprehension. Good. Same thing with this, right? Beyond my comprehension. Let me... Oh, you know what? That actually had nothing. You don't cast transmutation or use rusty dust at all. So let's give this a try. There was one more thing that, and I just thought of it, that someone said. They're talking about the temporal stabilizer. I have no temporal stabilizer item. They said it was a slab. Arcanist, runic, yep. That's the resonator, no. Shrouding, the temporal resonator, that's something different. I have a stability stabilizer. See, I wish people used, like, the right words for things. I mean, I have the Rift Weaver. Oh, the Rift Weaver's actually going to be another thing that I want to do something with. Where there's the other platform. So right over here, I want something where, again, you hover over it. And yeah, add one of the following items to charge. So I'm gonna add a hover tooltip here as well. What is this called? The Rift Weaver, right? There it is, Rift Weaver. I will copy this whole thing. Copy, Rift Weaver. Paste, there we go. Instead of add to charge, alright, so instead of transmutation, right, I'm going to need the names of items here. Let's take a quick look. item to charge. Item to charge. Right? Add item to charge. That's gonna